Welcome to Left Off the Map. Today we're going to be cooking farfalle and truffle and cheese.
Colloquially known as bow ties, these things.
Bow ties, truffle and cheese. That's what we're doing today. And we're going to visit a truffle farm.
Yeah,
my
which
truffle farm.
we'll learn about tours that you guys are taking there.
Yes, we're into
Is
it.
Is that a cool feeling to say my truffle farm?
My truffle farm. Well, I don't. It's our family's truffle farm.
Yeah, I was going to say, what would Dad think of that?
I always say our truffle farm, and then I was like, well, it's not our truffle farm.
Yeah, it's not.
For those at home, yeah. It's
Family
our family truffle farm. Yeah, absolutely. So it is a cool feeling, though.
And we'll talk about the tours that you guys are doing now.
Absolutely.
Or have they started? They've started, haven't
We've
they?
started
Anna takes
taking
them?
tours. Yeah, Anna, my sister, she's flat out. She's a flat out person, actually. But
She's a great
she's
individual.
flat out taking tours, and
She's a great individual.
yeah, we'd love to have you. So
Cool. All right. Well,
Let's get
what's
into
this recipe involve?
okay, so truffle mac and cheese, or farfalle and cheese, bow ties and cheese.
Yep.
It involves truffles, it involves cheese, and it involves pasta. So really, really simple. Again, you know from me, really simplicity. Keep it
truffles.
simple with truffles. So
And lots of, I've noticed, butter, cheese. Is that milk?
yes, that is milk. So
There's fat, dairy.
dairy, fat always works perfectly with truffles. So this is the perfect sort of meal to sit in with your couch.
With your couch?
With your couch.
Invite your couch over.
If you're single like me, you sit in with
We
your
can take
couch.
care of that, Henry, if you want me to.
You sit in with...
Message me on Instagram if you would like to take care of Henry's singleness.
Don't start. He always goes on about this. It's terrible.
Remember the cooking demos we did at the Ulverston show?
Yeah, I
We
do.
tried to get
It's
your girlfriend.
burnt into my memory. It's a terrible experience. It's just
Anyway, if
PTSD.
anyone out there thinks they could be of a good match for Henry Terry, message me.
So let's move on. What I was going to say is it's the perfect dish if you just want to sit down on the couch with a blanket.
Yeah.
You know, with your partner,
Comfort
if
food.
you've got one. And comfort food.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Very rich. If you're on a diet, don't go near this stuff.
Not a good one. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, can I get you to do a really important job? I need to grate these cheeses. I've got Gruyere, Parmesan, and some cheddar. You can use whatever cheeses you like, but mix it up. You get some
three
different
good
flavours.
cheeses.
Yep, absolutely. So we need about 100 grams of each.
Yep.
So I'll leave you in charge of that. I'm going to get some milk onto the stove to warm up because that'll be the base of that'll make our bechamel sauce.
Sweet.
Righto, Ben. I've got the milk on the heat with my bay leaf. So you've got the cheese ready to go. We'll put the...
You can hear my dogs. You have very special dogs, don't you?
We have very special dogs.
Yeah.
Special in all
Special
kinds
in
of
a couple
ways,
of ways.
actually.
Especially in the fact that they can hunt truffles, but also very special in the fact that they're just a bit special.
They're just a bit special, yeah. We've got a Labrador, Doug, and actually you can follow him on Instagram. It's worth a look. Doug the Truffle Dog, and you're very special.
He's a special dog.
I don't know what to say about Doug. Okay, we're going to make a bechamel sauce. So flour and butter in a pan. We're going to cook that off for a couple of minutes. Milk in, make our bechamel sauce, add a heap of cheese, add our truffle in, and we're flying.
Sweet.
Okay, so we've got our bechamel sauce. We've put some truffle in there. That's all ready to go. We've cooked some
How
pasta.
much truffle?
In this, I'll probably put about 25, 30 grams. I'm looking at around 5 or 6 grams per person per serve as a minimum. The more you put in, the more flavour you'll get. So you're better off being more generous than not enough. Otherwise, you won't taste
So
it.
what's
You
the
won't.
use in having the dish if you're not going to put truffle in?
Yep, spot on. Yep. So more, in the case of truffles, more is more. I know that I sound like a salesman, but...
That's legit though.
Yeah, absolutely. So
cool.
We're ready to go here. Pasta's ready to go. Pretty simple. We're just going to combine the two.
Yep.
Bit of breadcrumbs on top and stick it in the oven.
The crumbs I've got.
Lovely.
There you go.
Nice.
Do your combining.
Awesome. All right.
A spatula.
A spatula would be great. All right, so you just mix your bechamel through with the pasta, and then we can add that to our...
That is a
Baking
very
dish.
Australian pasta. There's sauce, more sauce than pasta.
Yeah,
That's how we
yeah.
do it in Australia. In Italy, it's the other way around.
Yeah. no mucking around here. It's
Whoa.
yeah, it's going to be it's going
is-
to pack a serious punch. If you need to,
You're right, we are not mucking around. That is...
Maybe too much cheese. I don't know. We'll find out.
No, it's definitely not. Yeah. Like you said, if you're going to do it, do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Settle. Whew.
Can you smell that?
You won't be able to eat a lot of it.
No.
That's rich.
No. Well, you say that.
Yeah,
But
it's
you just
true.
keep going.
Something you'll keep eating over like 3 hours though.
Yeah. Again, if you're watching a movie, you just go back for a little peck at it, and by the end you just feel crook. But it's worth it. You know, it's worth it. That's pretty much got it. Lovely.
Oh, look at that.
It's just serious calories right there.
So this is just to give us some texture on top, I'm guessing.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing a great job.
Thanks. Thanks very much. I did
It's like you've done it before.
I did so much in this recipe. I was so involved in this recipe. I grated some cheese. Rightio.
All right, in the oven. We're good to go.
180?
180. You can whack a bit more cheese over the top if you wanted to, but I think we've got enough cheese.
Right. We've definitely got enough cheese in that, mate.
Yep, I think we're going to be...
And that's cooked, right? So we just want golden.
Yep.
Is all we're looking for.
Yeah, just a bit of crunch on top.
Yeah, so it's not about cooking it anymore, it's just about getting some texture.
That's right, yep.
So 25 minutes?
25 minutes, and then we'll have more than our fill of calcium.
All right, so now we're going to go to Henry's. We're going to learn a little bit about what they do there, the tours that they take. And once we've done that, we'll come back for one more truffle recipe. So what's the next frontier for the truffle industry in Tassie, Henry?
Well, I mean, for us, we're growing a nice bit of truffle now. Tassie truffles are sort of world-renowned, as I've sort of mentioned, and for us, we'd love to be able to share that. We'll share what we do with the world, I suppose, and having people come and visit and see what we do and be able to taste truffles, hunt them, dig them up, see the process and take a bit of that mystery away and see what it's all about.
Yep.
I think for everyone out there, truffles are really mysterious and they don't really quite know what they're all about or how they're harvested or how they're used. So people can come here to the farm, take a tour, dig up some truffles, see how it's all done, learn about the history and also taste the truffles as well. So it's a really exciting opportunity for us.
Yes, a lot of people don't think that truffle farm, it is an agricultural industry to begin with, so there's a lot of ag science that goes in, even though there's a lot of mystery still.
Yeah.
And it is so mysterious to people as to how do they get there, how do they grow, then what do I do with them? If I'm going to buy it, if I'm going to buy a value-added product, if I'm going to go out and buy a truffle and get that expense, how do I best use that truffle?
Yeah, I mean, that's been our biggest challenge, I suppose, over the last 10 years is showing people what to do with them and taking that, I mean, people buying truffle, it's a big investment. And if you were to make that, you want to know what you're doing with them. So definitely people coming here to get an education on that's really good.
And I guess your family and you in particular, it's something that you guys have been doing because you grow them, you have access to them all the time. You've been learning along the way, making mistakes, figuring out how to get the best flavour, how to carry that flavour, all those sorts of things.
Lots of mistakes, yeah, lots of mistakes.
What's the worst truffle dish you've ever had?
I think I did.
What's the best waste of truffle?
The best waste of truffle. Oh, I've got a big list. Truffle Milo's not good. Truffle soy sauce doesn't work.
Wow.
Off the top of my head, I could keep going. I don't know.
Truffle Milo, that's a good
Truffle Milo. I tell you what.
Who thought that? Who in the family thought that'd be a good idea?
I can't remember. I just remember it would have been probably me, but Anna, my sister, is the biggest fiend for disrespecting truffles.
Really?
And as like growing up, no comprehension of the value of these things. She'd get up and just shave, 60, 70 grams on her eggs. It's like, and you'd get up, Mum and Dad would be like, "Where's that
where's that whole truffle
Yeah.
gone? And it's just sitting there with egg round her face.
$300 of the truffle.
Yeah,
Where'd that go?
yeah. So, I mean, we were so lucky because they were very normal for us.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to experiment and the best
Exactly.
way to really know how to use them best
Yeah.
is to not have that thing in the back of your head going, oh, be careful, because they're valuable. We sort of grew up not knowing that. And,
Very Tasmanian thing, I think. We've grown up with such good produce at our fingertips our whole lives.
Yeah.
We've got to practice, we've got to muck around with this great produce, that we now know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And the rest of the world, we think the rest of the world has access to all that. It doesn't.
No.
People don't grow up on truffle farms. People can't walk out their front door and go and get abalone and crayfish.
Yeah,
It's not
totally.
something that's done anywhere else in the
Yeah.
world. So we are very lucky.
We are. I mean, I've a heap of friends on the mainland and they all freak out. And it's so normal for us, isn't it? Just to pop out, grab some truffles,
Tasmanian
grab
way.
this, grab that, go down the road, get some salmon.
Yeah. And you've
Easy.
got a mate who, there's always someone in the family or someone who's got a mate or can get you hold of a cray, or
Yeah.
you've got a mate who can get us some truffle or something like that. But it isn't a huge impost or expense, and we get to play around with all these great ingredients.
Yeah, yeah.
The wine industry's done it really well in Tassie in showcasing how wine is grown, the winery itself, that sort of winery exposure or vineyard exposure to a visiting group of people. They've done fantastically well. Is that what you plan to do here? Is have people come to the farm, experience that, go on tours like they do at wineries?
Yeah.
That's the next frontier for you guys?
I mean, for us, it's about sharing what we love, and it genuinely is. You know, we absolutely we feel so lucky to grown up here, and you know, to show this place to people that don't come from Tasmania, it really is special, and so it's exciting to take a tour and take a hunt, and the look on people's faces and tasting produce that's just been dug out of the ground. It's on a whole different level, and yeah, we just love doing it. So we're a working farm. It's a really authentic experience. It's intimate groups, small groups, and we just like to, I guess we just like to connect with the people that are there and show them what we're all about.
Yep. And the plan is to run them. How often? Who will take them? Who will the people meet when they come here?
Yep.
What's the dogs? All that. That's part of the exposure as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So my sister Anna is actually running the truffle tours and the hunts. I'm helping out as well. It's a team effort. So, but Anna's sort of heading up that, and hoping to be opening the doors every day. And if COVID allows the borders to open, and you know, we'll be here waiting.
Cool. Well, it is an experience that I've been lucky enough, because I know you, to sort of go through that process, and it is an experience that I would suggest everyone tries if they do come and meet Tassie. But for now, let's get back to the kitchen and cook with some truffles.
You beauty.
Let's go.
I love.
So the tours do add another string to your bow out there, and you told me that little jetty that we were standing on, you built that.
Well, I did say I built it. I had some serious help.
right.
To be fair, before I say
He took credit on the day.
Dad's going to be watching
Dad,
this.
he took credit on the day. Yeah, I built that jetty.
Look, I did a bit. I did it. I helped make the jetty.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So Dad was like, "Yep, just put this board here," and you know, oh yeah, sure.
But you claim it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
absolutely.
another truffle recipe. A classic truffle recipe though, this one.
Yep.
Truffle risotto.
Yep. Absolutely. Quintessentially.
Made this recently for one of our cameramen.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah.
How was it?
Oh, it's delicious.
He said it was good.
There you go.
It was good too. It was really good.
Was
It's
it good?
delicious. It's another one of those simple recipes. A risotto, it just impresses people.
Yeah.
You know, like if you've got guests coming over, cook a risotto, kills it.
It's a one-pot wonder.
Yep.
There is a lot of technical stuff to risottos, and making good risottos, and making what they would consider restaurant quality risottos. So a lot of food critics will test you on a risotto, but for a home risotto, it's just a bowl of yummy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's do it.
Right, yeah.
So, could you please finely dice some onion and garlic? Going to put that in the pot with a bit of butter.
Can do that.
Cook the onion really slowly, let the sweetness come out, and then we'll add some white wine.
So white wine reduction, you'll reduce that down, I would imagine?
Yes, so yeah, it'll be butter, cook out the onion a bit and the garlic, add some white wine, let that reduce a little, and then we'll start cooking the rice.
So that classic butter and white wine reduction.
Yep.
It starts lots of sort of French and Italian dishes.
And it just builds flavour to add on to later down the track. So, actually, in the meantime, I have a jug of boiling water. I've got some dried mushrooms. These are a mixture dried mushrooms. You can use any you like.
Yep.
And I'm going to make a stock out of this. So mushrooms and truffles, they just go hand in hand. So
Are they in the same family?
no. So the easiest way to explain it is truffles are like a underground mushroom. That's how I say it.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. So I'm going to put those in there. Be generous, you want to get lots of flavour in there. I love porcinis, dried porcinis, there's a huge amount of flavour in those.
They're probably the most sought after dried mushroom, the porcini.
Yep.
For that reason. They do almost have a truffle flavour to them.
Yep.
They're pretty I mean, nothing tastes like truffle, but
They complement
sort of,
each other really well.
They're in the same ballpark. Then so making your little mushroom stock here, will you then just use the stock, or will you use the mushrooms as well, or you just like discard the mushrooms?
I find, to be honest, it's a bit of a waste, but the dried mushrooms tend to be really chewy. So I discard the dried mushrooms.
Right answer.
Yeah. Use the fresh stuff. So we've got some fresh mushrooms to add into the dish later on.
Yeah. If you want that chewy texture with a mushroom, go and get something like a rat's ear or some sort of black fungus and get it that way. They're a little bit bitter too once you steep them in hot water.
Yeah. All the good stuff comes out.
Yeah.
Cooking risotto, I don't know about you, Ben, but I just go really, really low heat to start with the onion and the butter. So, and I'd rather do it slowly than, if you go fast, you can just burn things so easily. So I've got my butter in the pot, in with onion and garlic on a fairly low heat. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Again with the efficiency.
There you go, chef.
Beautiful. Nice. So that's about 4 or 5 minutes, just until the onion's sort of translucent and starts to sweeten up. You sort of smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just sautéing that for a little while. And then what comes next? Once we've sautéed off our onion and our garlic, what are our next steps?
So after we've done the onion and garlic, we're going to toast off the rice.
Yep.
And then we're going to add some white wine, let that reduce. And then we're going to add our stock. Cool. And we're just going to slowly add that over the course of probably 20, 25 minutes, just adding a cup at a time, just until the rice absorbs all the stock. So we've got some fresh mushrooms to add into the dish. And then hopefully we're left with a really flavoursome end product.
Cool.
Ben, we're done. Okay. This is going to be decadent.
It is decadent, but it's something I could eat a lot of,
Yeah.
even though it's decadent.
You want some more?
No, we better not. We better not. Would you finish that with? I was about to say, would you finish that with truffle?
I finish it with finish it with truffle. Absolutely. What do you reckon? How are you at dressing up a plate? You're probably better off than me. You got a bit of parsley there?
Probably a little bit more practice. There's some.
I think you do.
Little baby parsley sprigs, but that doesn't mean I'm better at it at all.
Maybe just a little sprig on top. That's good.
Really, really good to know that there are a few different ways there that you could use sort of truffles that aren't going to scare people off.
Yeah.
And cool to learn a little bit more about the tours so you can show people how truffles are grown, especially here in Tasmania where they are getting such a good reputation. Yeah. To go and do a tour, see a truffle, understand a little bit more about the science and the mystery behind truffles.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, so try these recipes. They're a really good introduction, I think, for most people. Henry's done an ice cream before, which I think is another level. I would start here, see how you go with that, and then maybe look into something that's a little bit more quirky like the ice cream. But you said the ice cream is probably your favourite one, isn't it?
Ice cream's my favourite for sure, but just for that factor of being able to put it in the freezer for a few
Have
weeks.
it whenever you want.
But we'll have these videos up on the website.
Yeah.
So check them out and you'll be able to just guide it through step by step. It really isn't that hard.
See you next time on Left Off the Map.